Let's make some peach jalapeno jam together. Be sure to hang out until the end where I will have the full recipe ready for you to screenshot. So the first thing we're going to do is cut up about 5 pounds of peaches. The softer the better. Some of mine weren't super soft. If your peaches aren't super ripe, that's okay too. The ones that weren't super ripe still turned out great. You just have to cook it a little longer when they're not super ripe. So no biggie. I'm just going to core these and then chop them up. Some of the recipes that I read said to peel the peaches. I'm not about that life, okay? So now that we have our 5 pounds peeled, we're gonna add our sugar, and it is time for the jalapenos. I highly suggest wearing gloves for jalapenos because you never know how hot they are. I did not do a ton of jalapenos. The jalapeno ratio is at your discretion. You're gonna put as many as you personally want. I don't like anything super spicy, so I started out on the smaller side of the jalapenos. Next time I will probably add more because there's a hint of spice, but not as much as what I think I would be able to handle and what will be good with like crackers and cream cheese. So you can see I'm pulling out all the cores, all the seeds, and then I am just going to dice the heck out of these things. Also, don't judge my dicing skills. They're not the best in the world, but we get it done. I could have used a food processor. My blender doesn't really dice very well, or like one of those chopper things, but I feel like it's easier sometimes just to use a knife than to have to wash everything. Add that to your sugar and peach mixture, and then you're gonna throw that on the stove on a low to medium heat. Go ahead and get your water heated up, because when we water bath can this, we're going to want the water to be hot. And then closer to when the peaches are done, you're going to throw your jars in the oven at 225 degrees for at least 15 minutes to sanitize. Look how beautiful that's looking. Once your peaches start looking like this, you're going to mash them really good. I mean, just mash the heck out of these things until you are happy with it. And then you will go ahead and add your lemon juice in. You're gonna next mix that in and add your pectin. For this, I did a whole package of the low sugar pectin. I am using a good amount of sugar here, but the low pectin seems to work better for me, so I just prefer it. So I'm gonna add that in, mix it in really good, and then I'm going to bring my mixture to a rolling boil that you cannot stir down. So you want it to boil even when you're stirring. That's what we're looking for, okay? So you can see here, I am almost to that rolling boil. I missed getting the rolling boil on the camera, I believe. These are all of my little tools set up on the counter. I use these little they're really drying mats from Dollar Tree, and I use those when I'm canning to sit my jars on. They work really well as like a heat mat. There's the rolling boil. I didn't miss it. I was like, I can't remember if I got it or not. Anyways, here we go with the rolling boil. We're gonna let it boil like this for 1 full minute, and then we are going to move everything over to the countertop and start filling our jars. I'm gonna give about, I believe I did about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of headspace on all of our jars. Once they're all filled, we're gonna wipe the rims with vinegar, so you just get like a clean napkin or a clean rag, and you're going to put vinegar on it and then wipe all of the lids. I also be sure to debubble these things. For some reason they had quite a bit of air bubbles. Not really sure how that happens. We're going to wipe all of the rims and then add our rings and our flats. Reverse that, flats and rings, you know what I mean. I absolutely love this magnet tool. I didn't think it would be that handy, but it is. It's a debubbler on one side and a magnet on the other, and it's fabulous. So we're going to tighten those down to finger tight. What that means is we're just not hammering down the tightness. You want them on there, but you don't want to like cinch it down like, you know, your husband does or anything. We're going to put all these in our water bath canner. Make sure they are completely covered in water. You want at least 1 inch above the jars. And you're going to water bath these at a rolling boil for 10 to 15 minutes depending on your altitude, and then pull them out and let them sit for about 24 hours. If you guys like this video, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.